If you're wondering, am I an introvert? This video could answer your question. Before we continue, you must know that people's personalities are not divided in two major categories, introverts and extroverts, but there are also many other personality traits in the middle. We are going to list 5 typical signs of introversion and let you find the answer you're seeking for. 1. You enjoy spending time by yourself. You really like the idea of a nice, quiet evening to yourself. You appreciate dedicating some good time to your hobbies and interests. Just you, and why not, some nice music or one of your favorite movies. You enjoy a walk in the park or reading a book with a nice warm cup in your hands. Everything you do in solitude feels peaceful and helps you recharge your energies. But this doesn't mean an introvert person doesn't enjoy being in good company. Introverts can have friends they love spending time with. They can also have a good time in social situations when interacting with familiar faces. The one thing to remember is that an introvert will most likely need to recharge in a quiet place after a long day of social activity at work, at school, or maybe at a party. So if all of this sounds familiar and the idea of spending a few hours alone feels good, you might just be an introvert. Before moving to the next point, this video is brought to you by SwipeJoy, the self-growth app. You can download it for free on App Store and Google Play Store, or you can find the link in the description. 2. You have a small group of close friends. One common idea about introverts is that they don't like people, but let me tell you that it's just a misconception. You can say they don't particularly enjoy socializing with strangers, but it's also true that introverts can appreciate the company of some very close friends. Rather than having a large social cluster of people they barely know, introverts prefer building deep, long-lasting relationships based on trust and intimacy. So ask yourself these questions. Do you choose your friends carefully and tend to have a small group of trusted ones rather than having a wide circle of friends? Are your closest relationships really profound and significant? If your friends are very close and can be counted on one hand, there's a good chance you are an introvert. 3. It's tiring to be in the crowd. We said that introverts can enjoy the company of few close friends, but what about crowded places? If an extrovert can benefit and gain energy from a social situation like meeting new people, introverts do the opposite. They have to spend energy to attend such an event, energy which is gained instead of being by themselves. What about you? Do you ever feel exhausted or drained after spending time with a lot of people? Would you rather enjoy some quiet time with yourself or a couple of friends? Before we move on to point 4, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss the next ones. 4. Watch and learn. Some people say that doing something is the best way to learn it. Well, yes, but not always. Once more, extroverts and introverts are on the opposite side of the scale here, where the extrovert tends to prefer first-hand experience, like the method of trial and error. The introvert favors second-hand experience, or learning by watching. When introverts do learn by personal experience, they still prefer building their skills by practicing privately. Speaking of enjoying spending time by yourself, if you'd rather learn by watching someone else, then there's a higher chance for you to have a more introverted personality. And that's okay. 5. Jobs involving independence. Many jobs require some sort of social interaction, but for some of them this is a necessity, like salesman, manager, teacher, or waiter. These kinds of jobs tend to be discarded by introverts because, as you would know by now, they feel uncomfortable among lots of people. So, giving a choice, they tend to choose careers that involve a certain amount of independence. Jobs like writer, accountant, programmer, designer, or artist could be better choices for introverts. Try asking yourself, would you rather work where you have to deal with a lot of people or where you have your own working space? So, did you recognize yourself in any of these traits? Let us know in the comments section and subscribe to not miss any future video. If you're looking for more tools to speed up your personal growth and boost your well-being, you can download the SwipeJoy app for free on App Store and Google Play Store, or you can find the link in the description.